what the judge wrote, most of them were not reflective. And so I say, me or my 1 man to say me call certificate. It can never be true. In fact, it even goes to support our case. There were difficulties with getting the certification. Kokromotino were left. Or say ampa. And so would you agree with me? Say, and yeah, or say hi. You get the point?
Yeah.
So obviously I did the work. I didn't need an expert because it was obvious.
Okay.
But this very important fact, I will be able to civil court. The judge in the judgment behaved as if she didn't even see it. And rather said that that evidence was credible.
Okay.
And obviously, we did our case. For whatever reason, the judge decided to give the judgment the way he did. What we have to do is to go on appeal. That social media comments, that has necessitated this explanation.
Medafo la ya Kusi ababekasa ene wose o clear social media wo kekasa wanya na djuma ye. In fact atem wo ne ba ye no social media social media family wo mo ba bekasa ye na bi mu kire mu se la ya Kusi anya djuma ye kra bi say marriage certificate wo mo de court na beta abonten se sa ye se enya papa ye se enya original atemu for so no ebu asem ne nyina wie yere na akame akese marriage certificate no amfa na no na Ghana fo bebre aso de si lawyer Kusi so na wo mo etwa Bronii yi ankasa se ne wo no ka ho bi ene nam so ama maami Akosua ase wa wadi ntwo se poto na bi kra fe lawyer Kusi social media lawyer cheze ebisi wo hwemu nye na djuma ene ne wo sore wagi social media no so afa ene ne na wo kire nsemu ade echi a wo kire nsemu ade echi a lawyer Kusi sisei ade echi a wo sisei enti amafo otu ne din kra say social media lawyer ne lawyer Kusi aba be kasa a wo kire mu say adwuma de wo bo bi pa ene de wo mie na ni bo adwuma enti de amafo keka wa bonten say ono no wa bo adwuma o kan wo bi na nam sama ma me Akosua Serwaa enei wadi ntwa entese lawyer Kusi so wo bo adwuma na mmom no otemuafo no eye judge no onu mmom na bu na ni edigu adanse e bebiri a wo mo de ba ya edi adanse se ma me Akosua Serwaa ampa oyewalefo ampa na wale en ewon krata ase na ye se lawyer no anase judge no onu na bu na ni gu so ama ene yasem na kwa kodu sei na lawyer Kusi chiremu a wo say odo Bronii mu kra no wo mo lawyers no evidence a mo de bae adanse a wo mo de bae no na wo sha adanse ni di tie adanse ni di kra na ensem fatampo kra say enka judge no ebeje sa adanse na tum na waje tum say odo Bronii eye wo yere na ye nyina nim say wo mra na asem no wo court no na ya de say picture bi be da abonten no so eye da lumba no odo Bronii na say odo Bronii wedding gown that the lumba so agene suit kama and I know matwa picture kama chese ni na lawyer Kusi aka ho nsem nya asem kota redafo ye ntie mra
there's propaganda going around there. I'm saying na manyi majuma ye na certify ni ande.
Okay.
And the reports I'm having is a judgment the room. So judge is my opportunity to correct to find man. It cannot be true. And I want to draw the attention of the public says judge my judgment. When I do area, the no favor no. I don't know. Because that's the thing. Sure, say now court to them or most of the things that went on, you heard them. People who read the judgment now, my mama one typical example. The evidence to show say odo Bronii any lumba warrior odo Bronii de buy. Na obi nsa ne yakotwa betare odo Bronii ni lumba. We led evidence to that effect. Cross-examine Abusua Panyini, who admitted that the hand on the chest is not well positioned because the tomb no akodi baby or say kitwa kudi.
Okay.
And that was very serious. Say photo shopping. And they better testify or court say way evidence that is my worry. The judge never spoke about it. That is another story. But the most important one I have to talk about is the certification of the documents.
And you see,
And the
I had to say, I say procedural, and I say when to me and you were I want no person clarify, no, mommy.
Exactly.
Until what process now as your chamber and more fast wa more dear uncle Jidi say anka or Timwa for the mission jet to.
We applied to the Ghana Embassy in Germany
Okay.
for certification. In
Okay.
fact, we took a hard copy of a letter and then we did the email. More so, we sent the letter to our client. And then Nihuni could be Germany. So Omonko Ghana Embassy. No Monko certified document no Fambra. At the time of the hearing of the case, that was not available. We told the judge about our difficulty in getting them.
Okay.
Now we proceeded because we have section 1613 now. It gives us a leeway. So where Nyampo, not say no cresse, Mrama, Kwanya, also court in G2. That's what the law says. So Nyamna make a
Okay.
section 161, subsection 3 of the Evidence Act. And the Casa.
Okay.
And to us, we fell within it. And let me add that your tender marriage certificate in Germany.
Okay.
It has been translated and notarized from Germany. Your tender, na English, and no German. And yet the Ghana answer the Institute of Languages. I'm translate here. And in all the translated versions, it is written on top marriage certificate. And the judge can say, the marriage certificate, na extract. And if on free. Sir, Institute of Languages, no document, no. It's not a document from an expert.
Okay.
Why doesn't he agree to it? And if you add these things to the efforts we made, the letter from German embassy, you can't close your eyes and say, sir, because the document was not certified, because section 1613 had given a leeway. There was other evidences that would make a court convinced, said there was a certificate and that there was a marriage. Especially lawyers now, review proceedings now, conclude, say, we subpoenaed a witness from the German embassy. They didn't come.
Okay.
And that one is on the face of the record because it was a subpoena. A copy is on the file. For not, they should rather look at the evidence before the court and the kind of conclusion that the judge came to. As though she wasn't present or she didn't read the evidence of the under cross-examination. The facts of the marriage,
Okay.
to put the certification aside, although Bronii witness did to say Lumba Nankaze being an occasion to Wawari or Germany. And so that was settled in law. The rest was the certificate. And the certification was not done not because we did not attempt. When a woman who junction answer, you are ready to hear the case before the date of the inti. 2 weeks was saying and someone. Both parties agreed. You see, we waited for the certification to the date of judgment. And the law permits or allows for that. Say law no allow any if share is okay. That would have been different. But before we proceeded, we looked at the law, which gave us a leeway and the judge a discretion to accept the document as it is. And then that it can never be true. And we are overly commenting on the judgment because of those statements. What the judge wrote, most of them were not reflective. And so I say, one man to say, it can never be true. In fact, it even goes to support our case that there were difficulties with getting the certification. And we did a diligent work. In fact, we led evidence apart from that, which was overwhelming. The judge refused to see or say. The most credible evidence was the witness who came and told the court, say, Okwa Wadienibi, Nana Dadulumba Ashe
Captain, yeah.
When omo evidence omo de buy, not that the Juba she received. So, and that evidence is credible to the woman.
Okay. And I think that some misconception say your law firm, and me, I'm more in terms of procedure, no, na open say, me what clear honor the Eddie Amayen.
Exactly. We did everything legally possible to get the document certified.
Okay.
So the judge was aware. The law permits us to do that, and we did that. If the judge says, "Obi abawari abrochebia," so we didn't ask organization of the lawyer free kromo bar. Sabi, na lawmakers no. Umu free moon and some free sky. Say ubi dia dance organ. This okofa lawyer free Germany. When ubi dia dance ma. Is that possible?
No.
That would assist justice. I'm not sure that's what the lawmaker wanted to do. And if you call a sovereign state, some testify not so ma, can you force them?
No, you can't force them.
You can't.
But now I'm about to say, especially expert witness now. Was no explanation. Also read the judgment, baby. Was no explanation. No explanation. Especially signatories now. A war marriage certificate in here. Then we hear Dini Adena. It seems as a very similar, but person business. Is it a duty bound on the court to sometimes also verify some of this before answer or make a conclusion?
That is what section 1613 says. The court has an investigation. You get the point.
Okay.
And now there's a presumption in law. You see, every official document is presumed to be genuine unless it is rebutted.
Okay.
And the genuine. This will be a proof and genuine. Oh, is that here?
It's in Pakona can say, young fan say, picture omode buy say. Omode buy no object here say we any picture na Photoshop. Inti I don't know why na bit me akɔ hunu say near what can I any na so mo de na any cre.
We could have called an expert.
Forensic audit.
Yes, to come and testify to it. But when there wasn't a need, and that time but it was evidence here. You don't need an expert to prove it. Because the Senate done a bona right, I left in the down. And what I did in cross-examination is that I took time to question the witness. And Canada, where left and right was say right hand. And I'm saying, right hand, only say ring, they say left. Or say the left and say name, in Kulama, Bomutim, baby, I'm saying that's okay. And I'm saying, okay, for Satobo, for right hand tobo. What they told, for left hand tobo, right hand, near right, tobo, what they tobo, Ukokromotino, I don't say about right. Now to look at the picture, Kokromotino was left, or say Ampa. And so would you agree with me, say, and yet, or say hi? You get the point?
Yeah.
So obviously I did the work. I didn't need an expert because it was obvious.
Okay.
But this very important fact, I will be able to civil court, the judge in the judgment behaved as if she didn't even see it. And rather said that evidence was credible.
Okay.
And obviously, we did our case. For whatever reason, the judge decided to give the judgment the way she did. What we have to do is to go on appeal. That social media comments, that has necessitated this explanation.
Medafo la Kusi na ekasa na ene ya wase wo clear ene nkrofo a wo mo keka wo social media no say lawyer Kusi anye na dwuma yi oka ho bi ene nei ama me Akosua Serwaa wadi ntwo e wo porta wo de na asem ekodaye no na lawyer Kusi say asem ne de ye wo mo nte ase ya de so masana court of appeal wo mo de asem ne be kwa appeal na o masana ko gina asem ne so bi fi say wo no de evidence wo de ba ye marriage certificate a wo de ba ye e French enye say enye original the wo de ba ye ne your original ne wo lawyer na chere say lawyer Kusi anasema me Akosua Serwaa enko Germany na onkofa lawyer na lawyer ni medi adanse eno a lawyer Kusi si won te ase efi say da ben da na akofa lawyer ma lawyer na ba be di adanse na ansa na judge na waje atum na empokra no wo kofa lawyer wa Germany na say lawyer no ese won ma obeti ma chekere no e de na ba ana kofa obi wa Germany say won bra no be di adanse na nipa ne say won ba obeti ma chekere no e de na ba na ene lawyer Kusi akasa wakasa eti no mo a mo keka se wanye na djuma yi no lawyer Kusi si adwuma ne de wo ye pa na mo temuafo no wono ene bubu nani edigu niema bi so na waje odobronyi se enei wo yere na osefata se wodi kunani bi eye judge no ene aye saa de no lawyer Kusi de adwuma wabɔ no enye adwuma ketwa eti no social media family lawyer Kusi ede ensem we ede mamo se munya sansam na mo keka no kra fi so no lawyer wonim na djuma e na oye na djuma yi eti djuma na wa ye ne de wa bone ho moje ankasa na omobekọ appeal asala Kusi asem no so biem se de be ya asem no ebetimi akona wiye kama na de bibisa ne se so na information gusu wa bonten information ni chire mu say ye papa da lumba ayade so omubeye na yie on the 13th December ye hu se ne ba panyini kwa ba be kasa wo si ye nyina yie si ye nyina ye mra ne enko jam no won sie ne papa kama on the 13th December say lawyer Kusi so omekọ appeal eti ye pese ye bisa se ayie no se na esi ko still na no 13th March 12th March no still na no so gusu won framam 13th December no so won framam wo wiase nipa wode efunu betom pemu no eno na yie na ye beko eti ye okrom wa ye hwede ye besi bia no memo mode na me de abesom me di e de akosi awaje wa donko obafa no ahya ma ho fanya bi ahya ma me kan for tap send fama wo se wo send sika fam na ne de abo man ga na tap send bebo yi ankasa wo de abaya ne so beko poster na se Play Store na wa ka download tap send e wo honom in process or maybe sa pomoko no about the TV the ashawo fi aseva your transactional ye nto hwe na emu no ye besa ma bonus the account because for the TV wabo the ashawo no no midi ni bi akosi aboaje wa donko unfollow ya bomodern na follow ye makram
so physical money and put me do rap just for me send jam in a minute in Sabakandria and then one tap send.
Yeah, Ebushanfo, you didn't did an akuma patchlewa one. They recommended tap send that mama. And that's how for also for baby. Yabasa, I'm rating so yeah. A1 into piano road do tap send. That also is a fan tap.
You won't do check a man, son. You won't do check Gala for say. You are going to near this coffee here. May and friend for the year, give me tap at the move you are. Tap send in this street.
The tap with the one.
Tap, and one in a
Piao.